Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about and swatching and trying out the whole Colourpop Villains collection. I'm so excited for this collection. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love Disney. I was definitely a Disney girl growing up. So part of the review is the eyeshadow look I'm wearing right here and the eyeshadow palette swatches and the glitter swatches. And then I am going to have the video broken down by each villain and I try out everything that corresponds to that villain. So if you're just interested in seeing the eyeshadow palette and the glitters or an individual villains collection, I will leave a timestamp right here as to where you can see all of that. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and what I think of this collection, then just keep on watching. Alright, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to break it down by every villain and show you all the corresponding products to that villain. So each villain has a Supershock Highlighter, a Ultra Glossy Lip, a Lux Lipstick, and a Jelly Much Shadow. And the first villain I'm going to start with is Maleficent. So I'm going to start with the highlighter, which to me has some of the coolest packaging. And this is Maleficent's highlighter. Again, you have Maleficent in like this neon kind of outline. And this is in the shade Mistress of All Evil, which it looks super pretty. So I'm just going to give that a little bit of a swatch. It's a very wet looking like champagne color. Looks super pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on my cheeks. I love Colourpop's highlighter formulas. So as you can see, this one is super pretty. It's very wearable. And yeah, I definitely really like that. So the next product I'm going in with is the Jelly Much Shadow. And hers is in the shade Spindle. And this is what it looks like swatched. It's like this purple lavendery like gold flip. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but when I turn it a certain way, it looks gold. Like when I have my hand like this, it looks very gold. I think on camera it still looks purple. It's really hard to get like the true color of products like this on camera. But yeah, so it's like a lavender with like a gold shift. And I've never worked with this formula before, so I'm not really sure how to go about this, but I'm just gonna put it on the eyes. Alright, so this is what the shadow looks like on its own. There's literally nothing else on my eyes. Alright, then you have the lipstick, which has the coolest packaging. And I think all the lipsticks have the same design on the outside, just a little bit of a piece from every villain. And they are named after the villains, so this one's in the shade Maleficent. And even the lipstick has so much detail, like it has villains engraved into it. And this is what it looks like swatched. It's a very like deep pink, almost like berry color. And I'm not going to use a lip liner just because I am going to be swatching a bunch of lipsticks today. And if I try to perfect every single lip, then it's going to take forever. Lux lipsticks from Colourpop are one of my favorite formulas. And this is a cream shade. So it's super comfortable on the lips. And it's a really, really pretty color. I think it's a nice like spring, summertime deeper color. And then we have the lip gloss, which is in the shade My Pet, and it's a prismatic ultra glossy lip. In the tube it almost looks silver, and then once you get it on your hand it looks kind of clear. It's very like icy looking clear though, like that, like not totally just like lucid like clear, but just like a little bit of an icy clear color with pink glitters in it. So you definitely cannot feel the glitter in it, and it's really pretty. It just adds like an extra shine, and I feel like they wanted the glosses to correspond with the lipstick, so I feel like it really obviously goes together very, very well. And this is what it looks like. I think everything is super pretty. Everything feels really good. It looks really good. So now we're gonna move on to the next villain, and just so at the end of the video I don't have like a ton of favorites, I'm gonna pick one item from each villain that I think was the best item. And for this one, I definitely think it's the highlight. Alright, and the next villain in the lineup is Cruella de Vil. And this is what her packaging looks like. And on the packaging you have this geometric pattern with Cruella cut out in it, and then a neon silhouette of her, and then another silhouette of hers. So I like her packaging. And of course we're gonna start with the highlighter, which again has the neon little cutout of her. I love the packaging for the highlighters. You open it up and the print goes onto the inside, mirror, and then holographic packaging. This shade is called You Idiots, You Fools, You Imbeciles. So it looks pretty stark white in the pan, but I can see that it's gonna have some kind of reflect to it, which this is its swatch right here. And it looks like it has like really fine like glitter in it, but basically it just looks like a peach to pink flip highlighter. Alright, so this one again is very pretty. I feel like it's still very wearable, where a lot of like duochrome flip kind of products aren't. These still are, and it seems to be the trend I'm noticing with this whole collection. And then we have the Jelly shadow in the shade Perfectly Wretched. So it definitely has like this like pink taupey tone to it. And when I look at it really closely in different lights, I can see glitters, and they're definitely like green glitters in it. Alright, so this one is very pretty. It's definitely the most wearable of the shades. Alright, now I'm going to go into the lipstick, which is a cream formula, and of course it's in the shade Corella, and it's a bright, vibrant red. Alright, so this is what the red looks like, and this is such a pretty red. Alright, and then you have the ultra glossy lip in the shade Puppies, which is another prismatic gloss. Ooh, this one's pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a clear gloss with gold glitters in it. This one's very pretty. The gold in it is so slight, but it just adds like a really iridescent shine to your lips, and it looks really good on top of this color. Alright, so now to pick my favorite piece from Corella's collection, if I could only pick one, and I'd have... This one's kind of tough because I really like the lips, but I also really like this eyeshadow and highlight. So I don't know, I feel like everything from the Corella one is really good and wearable. But I'm going to say the highlighter. Alright, so the next villain is Hades, and this is what his packaging looks like. Again, a neon cutout of him on a lipstick, and then just this like snake print kind of going on the rest of the packaging. Alright, so first I'm going to go in with the highlighter, which is in the shade Everybody's Got a Weakness. Same thing like all the others, you have the neon cutout of him on the front, holographic on the inside, and the packaging just continues onto here with the mirror. And this is what it looks like. In the pan, it looks very peachy, so let's just give it a swatch. So swatch, you can tell that it has like a peachy kind of tone to it, but the camera's not picking it up, but in person, it has a like pink duochrome flip to it. I actually think this one looks really pretty. This is probably a little less on the like natural wearable side because I don't know again if the camera's picking it up, but it does reflect pink at like the highest points, and I think it's really pretty. I think it'd be really pretty with like a, you know, really bronzy kind of look. I think it would complement it well. All right, and the next product is the Jelly Much Shadow in the shade I Own You. This one is super pretty. It's like a red coral color with like a yellow gold peach like flip. So this one's super pretty. I think it's again one of the more wearable shades in this collection as far as the Jelly Much shadows go. And then for lips, you have the Hades lipstick, which is a cream formula. This one's super pretty. This is a nude, so at least they did throw one nude into this collection. And then for the lip gloss, you have the shade Hot Headed, which is a metallic gloss. And as far as metallic glosses go, this one's really pretty. It's very sheer. It's not like super metallic-y. So again, it just kind of adds that little bit of extra oomph to a lip. But I think it's really pretty. This is definitely the most wearable lip combo in the bunch. Alright, so my favorite product from the Hades collection is definitely the lipstick. This is like my kind of nude. Alright, and the next villain is Dr. Facilier, which this is what his packaging looks like. So I'm going to start with the highlighter, which is called Meet Me on the Other Side. And again, on the highlighter package, you have a neon cutout of him. Then you open it up and you have the holographic pan, the print from the package, a mirror, and this is what the highlighter looks like. This color initially looks gold in the pan and even on my finger swatch, but then when I move it around in the light, it definitely has like a peachier reflect to it. I definitely thought it was going to be more on like the not wearable side for me. I thought it was going to be too dark. Actually, really pretty. Next, we're going in with the Jelly Much shadow in Not Today. So it's green with blue and gold glitter in it. The glitter is so fine. I definitely don't think it's going to pick up on camera. Yeah, I'm definitely not disappointed with this formula, and this is actually a really pretty color. I definitely want to do a look with this later in the future. So next you have the lipstick, which again, neon cutout on the box. And then the tube looks the same on all of them. It's just they have different names, obviously, and this one is in Dr. Facilier. Definitely like a warm berry tone. A cream formula as well. The next product is the lip gloss, and it is in the shade Shadow Man, and it is a metallic lip gloss. Just this orangey red color with like a green gold flip. So I like this lip gloss. It's not so metallic that it's overwhelming. So like I said, I pretty much like all the formulas of all these things. It's going to be more color preference that I'm talking about. And I have to say, I think the shadow is my favorite. I really, really like this shadow. And the next villain is the Evil Queen, which is what the packaging looks like. It's just this skull and apple leaf situation on these boxes. And then a skull dripping on this one. And then of course the Evil Queen neon cutout. And then this is what the Evil Queen's highlighter looks like. And it is in the shade Fairest of All. Again, same packaging, it just flows through with mirror and holographic little area here, which it looks very gold in the pan. So let's swatch it, and it looks very gold on my hand. So it's definitely gold. It's not like a bright gold, it's more like a champagne-y kind of gold, but looks like it could be a little bit dark for my skin. It's definitely one of the darker of the highlighters. I don't think it's picking up on camera, but it's still very, very pretty, very, very metallic and sheeny and just like wet looking like most Colourpop highlighters. But I feel like I could go overboard with this one really quick because it is gold. So I do think it's pretty. I just think it would look better on darker skin tones. Then next we have the Jelly Much shadow in the shade Cursed. This is what it looks like. It looks gold. It's pretty much just gold. It doesn't have any kind of like duochrome to it. Okay, so this gold color is super pretty. So next we have the lipstick in the shade Evil Queen. Definitely just a deeper red color, and this is a matte lipstick. So this color is really, really pretty. It's just a nice deep red. And then next I have the Ultra Glossy Lip in Bad Apple, and it is another pearlescent gloss. And it's just this like really kind of washed out cranberry gloss with like pink little glitters in it. Looks really pretty on top of this lip. And my favorite product from the Queen collection is the Gold Jelly Much shadow. Alright, and the next villain is Ursula. So on this packaging you just have like her little tentacles and stuff. And on this one you have, of course, the neon cutout of her. And so I'm gonna go in with the highlighter first. So again, neon cutout of her on the front. I cannot tell you how much I love the packaging of the highlighters. And then this is in the shade Poor Unfortunate Souls, has a mirror, and the print follows the inside. This one is definitely the least like wearable looking one. It looks purple lavender in the pan. It does come off purple. It definitely has a purple tinge to it and flip, but it's like the flip in it is purple, not the actual product. So I think that it's still going to look pretty on the cheeks. But we will see, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply that now. Okay, so what I would say about this is it's still really pretty. It does have a purple like sheen to it. You can definitely see like a pink purple sheen when you like flip your head around. So I think it's pretty. I think it would take a certain look to kind of wear this with it. This would not be like my everyday highlighter, but I definitely think it's pretty. So now for the Jelly Much Shadow, which is in the shade Just Your Voice. So this is what it looks like. So it's blue with like a purple flip to it. It's so pretty. This is such a pretty color and it's just so shiny. This is such a pretty color. And I would say this one actually seemed more pigmented than all the others. Like the other ones I had to go in twice. So I'd do like half my eyelid and then the other half to get like really opaque coverage with it. This one, I swiped my brush in it once and was actually able to do both eyes. So next I'm going in with the lipstick, which is in the shade Ursula, and it is a matte. It's definitely a really, really deep kind of berry plum color. Next we have the gloss in Sad But True, and it is another pearlescent gloss. You can like barely see the swatch on my hand at all, but it's this just clear blue gloss with a really, really fine blue reflect in it, almost to the point where you can barely see it. Which you can see the slight little blue reflect, but that's actually a really pretty gloss. It reminds me a lot of the Colourpop one from the Bretman Rock collection. So my favorite product from Ursula's part of the collection is definitely the Jelly Much Shadow in the shade Just Your Voice. Alright, so I already did one eye off camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one. So I'm taking the shade Devious from the palette, which is a matte terracotta color, and I'm taking it on a fluffy blending brush and starting to work that in my crease. Then I'm taking the shade The Fates on a Morphe M433 brush, and this is just a deep blue color. Just gonna start working that all over the lid and in the crease. And I'm keeping the outer shape very round. I'm not going to wing it out or anything like that. And then I'm going to take my Morphe M213 brush and some Tarte Shape Tape and start cutting my crease. And I'm taking the shade Forest of Thorns, which is this metallic purple shade, and packing that on the concealer. And then I'm going to go back into The Fates shade and deepen up the edge. And then after that, I'm going to take the shade Jet Sam from the palette, which is a kind of teal blue color, and put that right where those lines meet. Then I'm going to take the shade Revenge, which is a more gray color with some silver glitter in it. I'm going to use that to deepen up the edge. Then I'm going to take the Urban Decay liner in the shade Junkie and put that in my lower waterline. And I am going to take it slightly underneath just so I have something to blend with. I'm taking the Fate shade on a pencil brush. I'm going to start blending out the lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with that purple shade and just put it on the lower lash line and inner corner. Then I'm going to take the glitter in the shade Anomaly, and I'm going to pick some of that up on a brush and pack that on my lower lash line. Alright, so I'm gonna go pop my other lash on. I am wearing the Style Miami from Lily Lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're gonna go through the palette, and this is the Misunderstood palette. It has the same kind of print and embossing that the lipstick tubes had, and the front of the palette has so much detail. Each like triangle is a different kind of piece from each villain, so very, very pretty, very cool details to it. So the first shade in the palette is called No Spots, which is just this stark matte white shade. And then the next shade is Mongrels, which is this really pretty pink metallic shade. The next shade is the shade Diablo, which is a lime kind of metallic green with a little bit of a duochrome shift. The next shade is the shade Devious, which is this matte terracotta color. And then the shade Tragic, which you can barely see because it is like a beigey skin tone color. And then next we have the shade Underworld, which is a bronzy copper color. And then the next shade is Pain and Panic, which is a gold shade with little orange glitters in it. Then the next shade is Forest of Thorns, which is a metallic pink shade. And then you have the shade Flotsam, I think I'm saying that right, I could be wrong. But it is this like baby pink color with a little bit of a blue flip and little blue glitters in it. And then you have the shade The Fates, which is a matte navy blue kind of color. Then you have the shade Revenge, which is a charcoal color with silver glitter in it. Then you have the shade Sing, which is like a brown and pink kind of duochrome flip shade. Then you have the shade Jet Sam, which is a metallic teal color with like a little bit of a duochrome flip to it. Then you have the shade Facility, which is this really pretty green color with gold glitters in it. Then you have the shade 101, which is a matte black. So the thing about this eyeshadow palette, it's 15 shades, mattes and shimmers. There's not a ton of mattes, but you do have like your essential like skin tone color, your transition shade, your matte white, and your matte black. And I feel like you can do a lot with this palette. It definitely has like neutrals, your pops of colors, some golds, greens, purples, blues, blacks, pinks. So lots and lots of colors in this palette. The next two products I'm going to talk about is the Gliterally Obsessed glitters. This is in the shade Anomaly, which is a very thick, chunky blue and silver glitter. And then this one is in the shade Do I Look Like I Care. Alright, so my final thing is I really, really like this collection. If you are a Disney fan, I totally recommend it. It's such a cool collection to own. I think the packaging of it is stunning. They put so much time not only into like the colors they chose, but the packaging for these products. And everything just went together so well. All the Villains collections went together really, really well. I thought the eyeshadow palette was beautiful. I love the glitters. I think they're really nice. And this is a pretty large collection, so it can be kind of hard to like decide what you want from it. Honestly, I don't think you would be disappointed with anything from this collection. A few things I recommend the most from the collection would have to be a villain highlighter. I think those are all very, very beautiful. And the eyeshadow palette. Those are definitely the two like really standout products. So if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button down below so you don't miss any of my other future uploads, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.